A controversial billboard campaign has popped up in the greater Vancouver area. It promotes a repackaged Chinese communist policy. It's really quite gross. It might even be racist, but the left is going to love it. A despicable billboard campaign has appeared across the greater Vancouver metropolitan area. Just look at this from a City News Vancouver reporter. Controversial billboards and transit ads are up around Vancouver, encouraging child-free and single-child families. Find out more about the group behind the ads and how people are reacting on City News Vancouver at 6. The billboard itself reads, "The most loving gift you can give your child is to not have another." The billboards have been paid for by an American-based group called One Planet, One Child, based out of St. Paul, Minnesota. It's an arm of the World Population Balance, a U.S.-based 501c3 nonprofit organization. This is another foreign-funded fake charity just like Tides, now known as Makeway. I went looking to find out exactly who these anti-human monsters are, these people who would reduce the gift of life, the worth of a precious child, and the hope and possibilities that are embodied within that child to simply the complex equation of their lifetime of greenhouse gas emissions. It's grotesque, really, when you think about it. I went to the website to see the co-opting and bastardization of a pro-life slogan that normally reads, "Life begins at conception," to see this. Congestion begins at conception. Babies, you see, are just future traffic snarls. It's demonic. The board of this coven, predictably, is populated with academics, a D-list celebrity or two, vegan activists who want to save animals and end babies, and of course, fake clergy. Their mission, well, it reads, "We alert and educate that overpopulation is a root cause of resource depletion, species extinction, poverty, and climate change. Our mission is to chart a path for human civilization that, rather than causing greater misery, enables good lives on a healthy planet. We advocate and support a smaller, truly sustainable human population through dramatic and voluntary reduction in birth rates." Stop for a second here. One child per family? That's what they want? That's what they're saying they want? The lower mainland of BC has a large Chinese population, many of whom have escaped the oppression of the communist state of China that created a miserable one child per family policy. And then these same people come to Canada, to freedom, to see a bunch of left-wing environmental radicals repackaging that same program with a green wrapping and a smile? It's sickening. These sorts of policies lead, the way they did in communist China, to a spate of sex-selective abortions, with families choosing to abort girls in favor of boys. That has in China now led to a generation of men adrift with no partners, no wives, no future. It's an existential crisis. So tell me why this fake Catholic group called Pax Christi Community is supporting all of this. It's antithetical to the official pro-life position of the church. Pax Christi pats itself on the back for extreme pacifism while supporting ideas that lead to violence against the unborn, and specifically unborn girls. I guess for these Catholics, being green is their real religion. Also, to be clear, and I don't make the rules, but to use the metrics the academic left uses to measure almost everything, this billboard is probably racist. Notice the race of the baby? You know the left notices the race of everyone with their diversity quotas and insisting on the representation of every demographic in every advertisement and in every bit of media we consume. So why is this group using a black baby in their ghoulish ad telling Vancouverites to have fewer children? What's the message here? Have fewer minority babies? Boy, Margaret Sanger, that racist founder of Planned Parenthood, would sure be proud of this campaign. She would be so pleased to see the end of what that evil woman once called those human weeds which threaten the blooming of the finest flowers of American civilization. When you tell Vancouverites to have fewer babies, this is what you really mean. You well-kept green racists with one planet, one child. You want minority women, immigrant women, women of color to have fewer children, and you know it. Look at this. It's from 2013 in the Vancouver Sun, but given Canada's ever-increasing immigration rates year over year over year, the numbers no doubt still hold true. New immigrants to Canada are much more likely to have babies than their native-born counterparts. Immigrant women who have spent 5 years in Canada have almost twice as many children of preschool age as the average Canadian-born woman, according to an extensive study by two noted economists. Alicia Adsera poured over 2 decades of Statistics Canada census data to reach their conclusion. There are major birth rate differences depending on newcomers' country of origin. The women who have the highest birth rates tend to be from Africa, Pakistan, and India. The Lower Mainland has a huge Indian population. And Metro Vancouver, where this billboard campaign is, well, roughly 45% of residents there are immigrants, mostly from South Asia and East Asia. And both educated and uneducated immigrants have approximately 20% higher fertility than their native-born reference groups. This billboard could have easily been put up by the worst part of the writhing snake pit of the alt-right. It's like a Planned Parenthood in a black neighborhood. But I bet this billboard won't get the same treatment as that I Love J.K. Rowling billboard the left-wing activists bullied a billboard company to pull down. This campaign will stand, and it will be applauded for just how progressive it is, even though it's simply dressed up death in the robes of benevolent environmentalism. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. These despicable billboards will be painted in the mainstream media as progressive conversation starters instead of the anti-human garbage that they really are. But we don't want them torn down. We just want to be able to tell the other side of the story about them. And that's where you come in. If you'd like to help us tell the other side of the story, it's really simple. Just like and share this video. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Ring the little bell so you never miss a story. And do consider becoming a subscriber to Rebel News Plus. Just go to rebelnews.com/subscribe to join today.